now we understand survival priorities, or the rule of threes. Let's take that knowledge and apply it pragmatically in an outing. If I'm gonna go for a day hike, I'm gonna go in the backcountry, I'm going hunting, whatever it is, going for a walk, going to grab wild edibles, I should always take a minimum fire, water, shelter, food, communication. It's not that hard. These are the things that people fail on the most when they get into real survival situations. Number one being the shelter. I don't know how many times I hear each year someone got caught out on a storm, someone got caught out on snow, someone died because of exposure. The number one killer is exposure. Exposure can be mitigated with shelter. Here's the standard that I like, and I'm going to take it from Morris Kohansky. You need to be able to sit at 2 o'clock in the morning in your environment comfortably through the night with whatever you're wearing. If you can't do that, you're not wearing enough. This oftentimes means that you're going to be more overdressed than the people around you, and you're going to be the person that they want to borrow your knife or your gear or your water because you were prepared. That doesn't mean overkill it and carry these gigantuan EDC bags. It just means be smart about it and be prepared enough that it's a non-issue. So I have a little bag, little shoulder bag that I was using, and it happens to contain fire, water, shelter, food, and communication. Let's talk about fire first. I am a big fan of friction fire. I'm a big fan of hand drills. Give me 1 second to find this guy here. And I'm a big fan of the Bic lighter, okay? It just works, right? It just works. The Bic will work at altitude where the propane ones won't, or butane ones won't. It'll work at low altitude. You can get it wet, shake it off, and dry it, and make it work. And if you're smart about it and buy these clear ones, you can see if there's liquid left in it. You can put a rubber band underneath the little presser knob, and you don't accidentally squirt all of the juice out of it while it's in your bag. And then you can add a piece of inner tube or tire from a road bike so you've got something to burn. Around here, kindling is in abundance. It's not something I have to worry about, but when I was in the jungle, nothing was dry. So we would take strips of tubing or road bike inner tube and cut them off, we call them Ranger bands, and they'll burn about 5 to 15 minutes per strip because it's basically fat and fiber. Like a candle, fat on the outside, fiber on the inside. Like a piece of flint from your pocket, rolled up in some Vaseline, fat and fiber. Or that same piece of lint, rolled up in chapstick, again, fat and fiber. So once you understand that concept, you can take this fat and fiber, use it to burn with your lighter, and you've got reliable fire. So fire, water. Well, normally I carry a canteen with me, a clean canteen. It's over in my truck. I don't have it right now, but I do have this little guy right here. It's just a BeFree K-9 filter. All I need to do is scoop up water, put the filter on, and drink it. I have traveled this land for weeks at a time just using this tool right here. A little local knowledge in where springs are that you can just drink from goes a long way. So once you advance past that beginning stage where you're relying upon a K-9 filter, you can eventually go spring to spring or water pocket to water pocket, and you don't need this anymore. Doesn't mean I'm telling you to go without it. It just becomes no longer a need but a want. So fire, water, shelter, again, one of the most important things. This Shemagh doesn't look so much like shelter, and it actually serves multiple functions for me. I can roll stuff in it if I get a rabbit, if I get kindling, if I want to grab this duff material for a bed, I can use it as a container. If I get into a dust storm, I can cover up my face, right? I can sleep with it on my face so that I don't have bugs and things messing with me or smoke in my eyes. It is a multi-purpose tool. Carry things with it, protect your face, whatever you're gonna do. And of course, this poncho. I think, and maybe it's because I'm a military soldier, that one of the best shelters available is a military grade poncho. The reason why I say this is because I have spent many nights in a foxhole or many nights walking through the rain with all my kit, just wearing a military poncho. The reason I like the military poncho is I can walk right through these brushes. It's not gonna rip and it's not gonna fall apart and come up with holes. It'll continue to be waterproof. I can wear this over the top of a backpack so my gear stays dry as well as me. I can put a kid inside of it, or I can even turn it into a shelter. I have 550 cord on the bottom of this one that I will bundle up, but it doesn't take much with this roll up in a ball inside of a shemagh. And now you've got a shelter, you've got rain prevention, you've got a way to keep your gear dry, you've got a way to keep yourself dry, and you've got a lean-to shelter or a shelter that you can create. This is a great solution for a shelter. Firewater shelter, food, okay? I would carry granola bars. I don't have granola bars. If I get lost out here for a week, I'll eat fish, I'll eat wild edibles, or I just won't eat. There is actually a very viable survival strategy. Just drink water and eat small wild edibles for vitamins, like pine trees for vitamin C, and just move, right? Get out of your situation, survive whatever you gotta do, and don't worry about food until you're 2 or 3 weeks deep. Now, you're gonna get hangry, you're gonna get cranky over that first 3 days, but once ketosis kicks in at about day number 3, you'll get acne, you'll smell bad, your urine will stink, and then your brain will kind of turn back on. You'll start functioning, you'll start feeling better, and you'll do well for a week or 2. So just eating 500 calories a day is worse than not eating anything at all. So if you can build up to 2,000 plus calories and eat all of that so that it can nourish you and go into fat, that's better. So what I'm saying is, food isn't a major concern for me, at least not in the short duration. Okay, firewater shelter, food, communication. Now, there's always a possibility that you fall and break your leg, that you have an allergic reaction to something, a snake bites you. There's always that remote yet viable possibility. And it's my personal solution to carry a Garmin InReach. It is just a text messaging satellite device. I can turn it on and send a help me message up there. I can send an SOS. It's technology, it's not infallible. It needs a clear view of the southern sky in order for it to function. But I have used this very reliably down inside of canyons, out on mesas, out in the middle of nowhere. I've tracked myself with it. I've sent text messages all over the place to deal with the logistics of taking people out on survival trips. It is a great solution for the backcountry, and I just get the lowest plan and use it when I need it. Otherwise, it just stays in there shut off, because that saves batteries. Now, in order to mitigate survival problems, if your cell phone's your main communication device, bring a battery. Just like if you work in a city and you're a female that wears high heels, bring socks and another pair of shoes that you leave in your car. That way, if something bad happens, you can walk home and you can deal with it. Just think a few steps ahead. Okay, I think I've gone all the way down the rabbit hole on that one. We covered the rule of threes. We covered a couple of things that you can use in order to deal with risk mitigation. We've covered what survival is, and it's my hope that you can take this knowledge and be smarter about the outdoor adventures and things that you're already doing. Bring a way to replenish from the land, like I do with this. I can take water and drink it when I'm out there, and have a plan for what happens if blank, blank, blank happens. Be realistic about it. Have a backup. Hopefully this is valuable to you. Thank you for watching. Questions you have, drop them down there. I'll respond to them. Comments you have, things you can teach me, I'm interested. Hit subscribe on that. Thank you for watching Survival Dispatch.